Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Raw Radiant Health, and I'm Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me. So everyone, it is September 1st. We are here, and I feel so inspired and so great, and I'm so excited about this month. Like, I have a feeling this month is going to be the best month yet. I can just feel it, and I feel it from all of you as well. Like, I love the feedback I've been getting recently, and I feel like a lot of us are on like the bandwagon of like really seizing this month of September to really do something big in our lives and to make great changes, to move forward, and most of all to bring in some good, healthy, happy habits. And so today that's what I want to talk about is habits, because we've got bad habits and we've got good habits, and I know that every single person out there has something in their life, in their daily routine, that they'd like to kind of change. And I mean, a bad habit can be anything from biting your nails to late night eating to needing to eat a dessert after every meal you have. I mean, there's plenty of bad habits out there, and there's plenty of good habits as well. And what I love about starting a new month is I always make a goal for the month. And this is usually a goal where I want to bring in either a good habit or I want to transform a bad habit. And that's why I love like the beginning of a month, because I sit down and I kind of assess my situation and where I'm at and where do I want to see myself. And I think about, okay, well, what's one thing that I can do this month? What's one thing that I want to change? And I know last night I was getting like a lot of feedback from people from yesterday's video, and you know, one person wrote me up saying like that they want to add a salad into their meal every single day. And I was like, that is fabulous, that's fantastic. And that we should be making goals that we know that we can achieve. It might take a little extra effort. We might at some point or another get some resistance about doing it, but it should be things that it's not too over the top and it's not too extreme, but it's something that really step by step we can put into our lives and we can make it part of our daily lives as well. So the one thing I want to kind of talk about actually is habits, because I've done a lot of reading about habits and about breaking habits, and I've done a lot of research of this over the years. And because I find it very interesting, because pretty much there's a theory out there that it only takes like 3 days to really either break a habit or to actually implement a new habit. 3 days. If you do something consistently for 3 days, whether it's stopping something or adding something, you're most likely to continue on doing it. And so it's a 3 days sort of add or subtract. And then it takes about 21 days, they say, for it to really fuse into our daily lives. And after that 21 days, you no longer have to like consciously think about it. So the initial 3 days are the crucial days, because that will determine whether you sink or swim with it. And then if you can carry on with it for 21 days, after that 21 days, you won't even need to worry about it. It will just be a part of your life. So let's say someone was wanting to start exercising daily, okay, and they haven't exercised in like a decade, okay, and suddenly they decide, okay, they're going to do a half an hour walking every day. If they do it for 3 days straight, they're more likely to do it the 4th day and the 5th day and the 6th day. If they only do it once out of those 3 days, it might be more difficult to add it in. Now, if they were to carry that out and continue for 21 days, after that 21 days, it would just be part of their daily life. Whether, let's say they were waking up every morning a little earlier to go and do this, then after 21 days, it would just be natural for them to wake up at that certain hour to go and walk. And if they weren't doing it, they'd actually miss it. And that's the beauty of things, is that, like, you know, in the beginning it's a little bit daunting and it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to change this, or am I going to be able to do it? But the cool thing is that it's so reassuring to know that if you can just carry it out for a month, then after that, it just becomes part of who you are and part of your life. And I love that. So, so every month, what I like to do is, right in the beginning of the month, the first day of the month, I like to sort of assess my situation, see where my life is and what I'm doing, and I like to make goals for myself. And I like to make goals that I know I can achieve. Not these goals that are like so like hardcore extreme that one little slip up is gonna like throw me over the edge. Not that kind of stuff. Like things that I know that it's gonna take a little bit of effort to actually do, but it's something that I can carry out for an entire month. And so that can be all sorts of things. And what I love doing most of all, and I think what I've seen is really successful, is when you concentrate on adding things in rather than trying to get rid of bad habits, like someone that doesn't want to eat late at night. If they concentrate too much on eating late at night, when late at night happens, suddenly they start thinking about eating late at night and how they're not going to do that anymore. And the next thing you know, there's a resistance, and maybe for a few days they're pretty good, but then after that they fall off and then they feel really guilty and bad. But I find what can actually successfully work with that is, instead of looking at it like I'm not going to eat late at night anymore, instead look at it like I'm going to be eating more during the day. That's my goal for this month, is I'm going to have a substantial breakfast, I'm going to have a lunch of champions, and I'm going to have a good hearty dinner so that I get my 3 meals in a day and I don't need to eat late at night. So you see where the focus changes. It's not so much I got to stop here and I got to do whatever it takes not to eat late at night, instead of focusing on that, because if you focus too much on that, then that becomes your life and you get sort of consumed by it. Rather than focusing on that, just focus on what are the things you can do during the day that will just naturally keep you from eating late at night. Because I know for myself, if I have like a really good lunch and a really good dinner, then I'm full at night that I don't want to be eating because I'm digesting, right? It's when you're really hungry that if you stop too early, then a few hours later you're going to be famished and you're just setting yourself up for disaster. So concentrate on sort of like the positive things you can do, and that will just take care of the negative. And that's what I'm about, because I find like if you get too caught up in the negative and you start writing this list of like everything that you're doing wrong, it's like writing a list of everything you hate about yourself. It's terrible. It's defeating. It's lifeless, and it'll just suck your energy. So write everything that you're doing right and more of the things that you can do right as well. Okay? So get on to the goals. Let's seize September. Let's make September the best month of our lives. And that's it. Just get on top of it. And yeah, so that's it. I am wishing you guys a fabulous day. And I'm excited to hear how everyone's doing and what they're going to do. And if you need any coaching, contact me. All right? So wishing you the best. Bye.